And he even did, like, it turns out years later, I learned that he did karate with Steven Seagal on his island, and he was like all this other shit, and I'm like, bullshit. And he showed me a picture with him. It's only years later I found out Seagal is kind of widely discredited by the martial arts community. But at the time, he's the guy that killed Tommy Lee Jones 3 times in a movie. So he gets infinite respect. Well, he did that stupid. That was that. If there's ever been an overkill moment in a movie, it's Steven Seagal Under Siege, where he puts his thumb through his eye, stabs him in the head with a knife, and then puts his head through a monitor that then explodes. And keep the faith, Scranix. Like, we get it. He's dead. We get it.
You know what? I fell down a Seagal rabbit hole about a month ago, and just discovered how genuinely weird and like he really is. He's like absolutely nuts. He's absolutely bonkers, man. Like, me and Canel, I think we spoke. I did a Canel's podcast the other day about movies, and I think we touched on this. He's absolutely just mental.
Do you know the Japan story about him?
No.
He got married in Japan to a woman because her father was the owner of a dojo chain. The dojo chain then transferred some of the sort of licensing rights to him. He goes to America and then denies ever marrying her and having anything to do with them until a photo resurfaces of him in full Japanese garb with the hair and all the rest of it next to her at the wedding. Not me. It's not me. Wow. It's not me. That's my favorite story because it's like, that makes sense. Like 20, 30 years ago in the 90s when he was cool, you'd have said, come on, man, it's Steven Seagal. Like, he's not. 30 years later, when he's on his reservation and he's told by an Indian shaman that you are the reincarnation of one of our gods and you need to protect us, and he goes, makes sense, and he proceeds to become a sheriff and like buys up a bunch of land, makes films almost exclusively on the land, and all the rest of this sort of stuff.
I thought he was describing a movie. This is actual life. I really thought he was telling me the plot of a film.
That
you're telling me his life
right
here. This is what happened to him.
That is so. Those two things, the Japanese wife and the Indian reincarnation of a Native American Indian god, are two things that legitimately happened in Steven Seagal's life that he later recanted and said never happened. And like again, but again, the problem is our generation grew up with the Chuck Norris shit. So we just thought it was funny. We just thought it's like, well, Steven Seagal's clearly crazy, but okay, we'll watch his next movie because he's crazy. Yeah, like, in retrospect, it's like, dude, you can't give this guy millions and millions of dollars to make movies because, like, that could go to curing cancer or something. You know what I mean? I'm spitballing ideas out here, but like curing cancer, world hunger, famine, war, that's
anything, all. But not Seagal on screen anymore, man. Like,
Steven Seagal wants to make a movie where he roundhouse kicks DMX in the face for 50 minutes. Like, I'm not sure that's a good way to spend your money. Like, I get DMX gets to knee him back, and that's somehow something like, no one knees me on screen. Well, what if he knees you in the stomach? Okay, I suppose that still makes me look strong. Like, dude, you're Steven Seagal. Like,
that's a very good Steven Seagal accent, by the way. I'm actually very impressed.
It's not as good as I would like it to be, but then again, I imagine legitimately if I ever met him, he would crush me like a goddamn ant. So I don't want to piss anyone off too much.
I don't think so. See, I've watched enough now to think, I'll just punch you right in the face, bro. And then, like, I'm sure...
God, so I've just got this magnificent image of Steven Seagal, like, on a stage with you, like, so, who do you think you are? And you're like, I haven't got time for this. Bang, and just literally, like, him going arse over leg with leather jacket, hair all over the place. Like...
Yeah, everywhere, just one on the chin.
You like open up a battle rap event with that, I guarantee you sell out every event for the rest of the year.
Yeah. That's what we should get. We should get Steven Seagal over. So
it would be worth the fee. It would be worth the fee for that.
Briggsy, are you watching? Hey, yo, Briggs, that's what we need Steven Seagal over here.
God, I can't believe this is turning into a pitch. Jesus Christ. I pitched to just be the guy holding the title belt the next. Like, I just want that job. I just want to be the guy that carries the belt behind him and goes, "He's the greatest," and everyone wants to punch that guy. I want that job, but
Bam.
now I've set my sights too low. We need to. Right, you're right.
Yeah.
Anyone who watches this, you now know what you need to. If you do, you want to say battle rap or not? Well, then
Exactly.
call Steven Seagal. He's not like he's doing anything.
He's on a reservation somewhere pretending he's the incarnation of an ancient Native American ghost.
One
Like,
last quick fact about Steven Seagal, because we're
on.
gonna get our little weird segue.
Oh yeah, we are.
He once reckoned he taught Anderson Silva how to kick.
I saw the footage of that.
Yeah.
Did you know there's footage of that?
Yeah.
There's actual footage. I saw it and I was like, bro, I'm gonna be real. I'm pretty sure Anderson Silva learned to kick when he was like in the womb. You kick in the womb, bro. Like, it's just a normal thing. Yeah, it's a normal. That's just regular. It's what humans do. Yeah, that's what humans do.
God.
And then when I watched the video, and I was like, oh, what technique is that, man? And I'm sure, didn't Anderson Silva break his leg kicking somebody?
Yes,
that would be why you listen to Steven Seagal. Oh, he makes films. He don't beat people up. He makes movies, bro. Like, come on.
Oh shit! I never equated the leg break to that. I never equated that to that. That's amazing.
That's what happens when you let a movie star teach you how to kick. Like, no, ask someone who can kick. Do you know what I mean? Like, yeah, get advice from a donkey, somebody, like anything at all, man. It's just weird. It'd be like, I don't know. Like Doink teaching Mike Tyson how to punch. Do you know what I mean? Like, bro, we don't believe you. we just don't.
That footage of him, he's so sick. He's like hands front. I don't know if he had the bandana on at the time. He might have. I don't remember.
It's such a lack of effort. There's so little effort in the kick that he does. Like, I'll be honest, I'd let you kick me like kick, go on then, go on. Kick me like that, bro. It's not gonna hurt. There was so little effort. And I'm like, bro, you didn't teach one of the baddest guys in the UFC how to kick, bro. You didn't. No.
Apparently he did. He looked Ariel Hawani dead in the eye. I mean, granted, he was wearing those blue faded sunglasses that, again, cool. And, I'm sorry. There comes a point where black leather jacket, jeans, goatee, and blue faded sunglasses were cool. They were cool. I'm just saying that time was right around the time that, like, we were all trying to figure out what was cool. So if you'd have asked us, we'd have said it would have cool. You would have gone to a person who actually knew what they were talking about, and they went, "No, that'd be ridiculous." Like, clearly, he's trying too hard to be cool. And when someone tries a bit too hard to be cool, rule of thumb, they're not cool.
They're not cool guys.